Today we're making the ultimate chocolate cake. High in protein and so delicious. Hi guys, welcome back to Bread and Butter, your favorite cooking channel. New year, new me, new haircut, and I've made some adjustments to my food intake. I don't know about you, but my whole feed on YouTube is all about nutrition, staying healthy, keeping your blood sugar levels low. And yes, we are making a chocolate cake today, but it's a special cake because it actually follows all of these guidelines. So my whole thing is that if I'm gonna eat something sweet, if I'm gonna spoil myself, I'm gonna really try and pack in the nutrients. And let me tell you how we're gonna do that with a chocolate cake. First step, we're using whole wheat. It's not only nutritious, but it also has a beautiful, nutty flavor and taste. Point number 2. How are we going to pack in the protein? We're going to be using a lot of silken tofu. Now this stuff, I have a lot of recipes on my channel with silken tofu. This is very low in calorie and it provides a lot of plant-based protein, which is exactly what we need and what we usually lack. And because we're going to be using that stuff, the good stuff, we're going to keep this cake lactose free. For all of you who are lactose intolerant. Next thing, every single chocolate recipe that I've ever come across uses chocolate, just like a lot of chocolate, just bars and bars of store-bought chocolate. Today, it is a chocolate cake, but we're only gonna be using cacao powder. Now this stuff is a very good antioxidant. You can read all about it on the internet. And today I'm using one which is an insanely intense dark color. So the cake is gonna be absolutely gorgeous, stunning, like an Oreo cookie, but without the cream and all the crappy ingredients. What else do we need? We're gonna be using, obviously, for the dry ingredients, a little bit of salt, a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of baking powder. Now this zone, this little area here, is the wet ingredients. We need 2 eggs, and they also provide additional protein and healthy fats. Speaking of which, we're using coconut oil. You could totally use olive oil or a different kind of neutral-based oil, but I'm using coconut today. Sugar. We're using a little bit of sugar. Maybe this is like 3/4 of a cup. It's 100 grams, not too much because this is a big cake. You could substitute the sugar with maybe a sweetener, but I've also read, it's all over my feed again, that the microbiome doesn't like sweeteners. So we're just using basic sugar. It's fine. And yes, we're gonna be using a little bit of coffee. This is not too strong, but it definitely adds, it really plays well with the cocoa powder. I do believe that chocolate goes amazingly well with coffee. If you don't like it, you could substitute with almond milk or any other kind of nut milk or even water. But trust me, this is not too much to destroy your sleep routine, but it will add a lot of flavor. I think we've discussed all of this. Oh no, this guy. This is a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You could substitute this with lemon juice. This is just gonna give a kiss to the baking soda and really give the cake some gorgeous rise. Now, another beautiful moment about this cake is it's ridiculously easy to make. You don't need a stand mixer, a KitchenAid. We introduce these guys, we blend this up, then these 2 meet, and we're almost done. We bake, and then we eat. I'm starving, let's go. as easy as that. Dry ingredients, wet ingredients, put them together. Don't go crazy over mixing. As soon as you see that the flour is hydrated, stop. This is one of my favorite little tricks, and because I like to make my life much easier and the cleanup much faster, I like to put the form on top of the baking tray and then put this in there. I don't want to run around with like spilling dough all over the place. So let's go. We're gonna put this in here. I just want you to see the consistency, quite thick. There you go. And we're baking it. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 40 minutes, and then we're gonna come back with a toothpick and check. I can just imagine your faces when you were watching the video and going, is she pouring olive oil on the cake? Yes. I love to serve this chocolate wonder with a lot of olive oil. Now, don't get the cooking kind olive oil. Get the really, really extra virgin, cold pressed, good stuff with like a sweeter, fruitier taste. It is divine together. Plus, the added fats will help us keep the sugar lower. It's not gonna spike in your blood system. And it does add that delicious flavor and that moist, I mean, you want a chocolate cake to be moist, don't you? And yes, it is chili salt on top. I can't even begin to describe how delicious this is. Do you need the chili? Maybe you don't, but you definitely need the salt. I feel like we're in an era where everything sweet has to come with salt, just because we finally realize that it really does bring out and kind of intensify any flavor. This is delicious, but I love that little punch, that little heat that the chili brings. Oh, it's so good. I beg you, try this cake. If you try it, and if you're gonna post your cake to social media, tag me, and please leave a comment below. I wanna know how much you love this cake, but I think it is absolutely genius. It's definitely going to become a favorite of mine, and my kids, they absolutely love it. Without the chili, but with the salt and with the olive oil. See you soon.